Hey guys, my name is Chantel. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'm joined by my good friend Mia.
Hello, I'm back.
We're gonna be talking about Haikyuu
Yay!
today again.
Yay!
He
Oh man, I was so excited for this episode since you told me that Asahi said more than five things in this, so I was excited.
said more lines this time, so I
He
was like, "Oh, she's
did.
gonna be happy." But then
He
the
did.
stuff with Kageyama happened. I was like,
Oh
"Oh no,
man.
I don't think she's gonna be too happy about this."
Yeah, I was like, don't talk shit to my boy. Leave him alone. Don't yell at him.
Yeah, because the minute he yelled, I was like, "Oh no, Mia's not gonna like this."
I was like kind of annoyed with Kageyama, honestly. I'm like, dude, chill out. It's fine.
My
It's not
poor
like
blueberry boy.
it's not like it's a real game.
Oh, my poor boy. I knew this was coming and I was like, oh fuck, this is gonna hurt like the bitch again. Because reading it in the manga, I felt so bad. And oh man, I can still remember like the emotions I felt first reading it. I was like, Kageyama, what the fuck is happening with you? But seeing it
Yeah.
now, I'm like, my boy. Because it's basically him, which is why the episode title is called Return. Because he's
Yes.
the return
It's a
of the king of the
return.
court.
Return of the king. Oh shit.
So I was really excited once I saw the episode title last week, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's that with the recrowning too!" Like I was so excited. Definitely one of the things I was excited to see adapted. And man, those OSTs were hitting so hard too. I was like, "Shit." But before we talk about the recrowning, I guess let's talk about like my boy Kageyama being all angry
Salty
little
as
boy.
fuck. Yes, he was being a little too, well, not too harsh, but like he was kind of letting his emotions kind of like get the better of him, and he was kind of just like he had no filter again. He was saying like whatever he was thinking. 'Cause he's getting frustrated.
Yeah, because it started off with Nishinoya like him telling him you're in the way, and then this episode explains it like, oh, like he was literally in the way of Asahi's way. Like I don't know how
Yeah,
much more I can like describe that. And as soon as like he explains that, Nishinoya's like, oh, yeah, you're right, and he's just like, all right, cool. Acts like nothing happened.
yeah,
Which even then, like throughout this whole episode, Hinata could tell that Kageyama was acting a little different
yeah. There was like a
and quieter
tension.
because he was trying to like I guess not really voice his opinions as much.
Yeah,
But then like obviously he eventually like cracked.
because that little dig that Atsumu told him like you're goody two shoes like really still is like kind of like getting to him clearly,
Hmm.
so much so that they showed the flashback of him saying it.
I still love that Goody Two Shoes
So
line. Like I cannot get
so
over it, man.
so we got that Mamo line in there again.
Because even like when Tsukishima like was like telling him, what exactly did he say? Because he was like, okay, if you have something to say to me, bitch, like tell me now. But Kageyama just didn't say anything at first, and that was kind of weird. I'm like, he gonna snap later.
But I was like, oh man, why are you yelling at my boy? I was like,
I
oh man,
know.
so he like don't like, because I was just scared that he was gonna like start beating himself up again because they're playing against Date Tech again. I mean they beat them obviously like in the tournament and stuff, but like I don't know, I didn't want his old sad feelings to come back.
Yeah, because the way that Kageyama yells at him, he's just like, well, if it was like a good hit, then why can't you like hit it?
Yeah.
I
Like
was like, oh, oh.
if my toss, like I'm giving you good tosses, how come you're not hitting them correctly? And I like that Ozzy was like, I mean, I would appreciate it if you talked to me like in a nicer way, but
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, like tell him you want to be talked to like, in a nice way. You're the senpai, it's fine.
Yeah, because like Asuka, he approaches Kageyama at first, but then that's when he snaps.
Yeah.
And like he's basically all yelling and the animation for that, holy shit. I was like, oh my god, this is so good. But then when he realizes like, oh shit, like I crossed the line there and he
Hmm.
starts apologizing immediately. I felt so bad for him because he doesn't want to go back to.
Yeah, he like caught himself. He was like, "Oh no, like I'm turning back into that person that I don't want to be." It even showed that he was feeling like he's on the like the crack, like they're on the other side of a crack, like he is too, like how he felt with his middle school team. He was
Yeah.
like, "Oh shit, like I don't like oh no, I'm starting to feel that way again."
Yeah, because he's like super terrified of going back to that, and that's also the reason why Atsumu called him a goody two shoes, because he's like basically just catering to everyone's needs, including like their bad habits,
Yeah.
which is no good if you want to improve. So that's why Hinata butts in. He's just like, I've been thinking
Maybe it's
that
not so
name.
bad.
Yeah, he's like, it's not bad.
Well, because yeah, if they utilize it for like improving upon each other, then like that's not so bad. You know, like sometimes you do need like somebody on your team to like tell people like, no, you like you're doing it wrong. Like you can't keep doing it this way. Like you got to do it this way.
Yeah, because even Hinata says he's like, who cares if you're the king or not? Like, we already know how you are. It's not like news to us.
Yeah. Plus, he's like, plus if you don't like how he's telling you to do it, just don't just ignore him. Like don't acknowledge it. Like you don't have to do what he tells you to.
And that's when Tanaka and Tsukishima were like, well, it just depends on the tone of your voice, and then we'll see about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Then Kageyama was basically like, okay, so I'll just like try to watch out for like my tone of voice, but also like what I'm trying to tell them, but also like I want them to like improve, but also I want them to like he has all these like different things he has to think about like in his head while he's also playing and like trying to adapt to everybody's like needs on the court. Yeah, he's definitely got a long way to become like the real king. But yeah, he can be the king, like the same, king of the court, but also be like, help everybody improve and not be like an asshole about it.
Yeah, because he's definitely improved because of his experience in junior high and then having a team like Kurasano, so he's able to like balance it out now way better. He's
Yeah.
just, like I said earlier, he was just scared of being that king because it has so much like negative emotions towards it. And like even who was it that said this? I think it was either Enoshita or Yamaguchi that were like, well, these type of things kind of weigh heavy on different people and how you
Yeah.
decide to take it.
Yeah, I think he's definitely also trying to like approach how he feels about it differently.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to like put other people's feelings more into consideration before he like tries to tell them how to like improve.
Yeah,
Like
because even Coach Bukai was like, well, he's like, you can say whatever you want, but I think everyone else is also scared telling you what to say because you're like the super talented person, so they don't know how to approach you.
yeah.
But then that's when Hinata's just like, he's over here telling him like how it is. He's like, Kageyama, that toss you just did, it wasn't the greatest. It's like, oh shit.
Cuz Hinata knows that like Kageyama's not going to do anything to him like he
And
can
he's not
just
afraid of Kageyama. He's just like,
he
all
can
right, I'm
just
gonna tell you how it is.
he could just get mad at him, but then like also it's just like I mean you can get mad at me, but like just give like keep tossing the ball to me and I'll hit it for you.
Yeah, but it just goes to
Like
show like their relationship because they
yeah,
have like so much trust in each other. They're so nice.
they have
And the
so
fact that
much.
Hinata like recrowns him, he's the one that recrowns him. It's just like
Yeah,
the best thing ever. And then the OST starts playing, which is above. Oh my fucking god, I lost it. I started getting teary-eyed when he got recrowned. I was like, my boy, he's the new king. He's the new one. He's not the old king that everyone knew.
yeah. Like I said, he's like proves as a king in terms of like he's listening to what everybody has to say, but he's also like observing everybody and figuring out like how they can improve and like trying to tell them in a much nicer way. But even like when he doesn't, he still like acknowledges like, oh sorry, like I didn't mean to tell you, like
Yeah.
in a bad way. Because he like apologizes to everybody, like I'm sorry, and that's when they're all kind of like, I mean, whatever, we know you, it's fine.
Which I didn't even talk about this in my last video because I didn't want to give anything away. But now that they finally shown this shit, I can talk about it freely. And that was when Hinata last week's episode, he mentioned how in the training camp, Tsukishima was jumping higher whenever Kogane was setting for him. Kageyama kept this in mind throughout the whole time. And in this episode, he's like, all right, let's try something out. And then my poor Tsukishima, he was just like, bitch, like, you're actually going to make me work now. I mean, that's just Tsukishima. He's not going to like try that hard. My boy conserves his energy. But now that Hinata pointed it out, Kageyama's going to make full use of that. If he can jump higher, obviously he's going to take advantage of that. And I do like that Hinata does explain in this episode, he's like, well, in the training camp, Tsukishima had like no choice because
Yeah.
Kogane was like setting a little too high, so he had to adapt.
I liked that like Hinata was like showing his observation skills from like the camp, and then that like Suga noticed it because
Yeah,
he was
he's like,
like, yeah,
you're
he was saying
amazing.
like, wow, you're so amazing, and then Hinata's like, well, yeah, I mean, Tsukishima, really improved in the training camp, but then Suga's like, no, I also mean you too, Hinata, and I was like, oh, that's so cute, that's so sweet.
I know.
They're like showing how much they've learned. They're improving
Hmm.
so much.
But in terms of that, like, With Date Tech. Oh my gosh. At the end of this episode when Coach Uke starts saying, they're gonna be like the toughest opponent next year, I was like, oh
I know, I
shit.
was like, oh shit. It's like, oh no. Like, how are they gonna beat them?
Because right now we're seeing like everything with them right now. Like it's just a
Yeah.
taste. Like they're really good and they're having a hard time, but they're also trying like new things
Yeah.
because hello, they're about to set off to nationals.
Yeah. Plus, it's like a practice match, so it's like, okay, well, they can improve, like, because if Date Tech has strong blockers, like, other teams in other places are going to have strong blockers, so, they gotta improve their skills on that. So I think it is good that they're playing against, Date Tech again, because, like, they have good blockers, and now they have really good servers.
Yeah, that's what I was saying in my last video, how they're like the perfect team to be practicing right now because they're like at their best right now and they're gonna continue being even better because they had all this time to practice. So, and who knows what type of teams they're gonna encounter in nationals that can be even better than Data Tech. Who knows? So they gotta practice some things, see what works, see what doesn't. It's good practice because these teams, man, are no joke. Because I'm pretty sure the next episode will be the last and final episode for this training camp. And then everyone's gonna head to nationals.
I'm excited, but I'm also nervous because I'm like, oh no, I don't know what's gonna happen, man.
That's pretty much about it with this week's episode.
I think so too. Yeah,
We
that's
talk
pretty much all
about.
I wanted to say. Yeah, I really liked this episode. I think it was really good.
Yeah, this is definitely like my favorite episode so far now. Like there's just the animation, the OSTs, and then
Yeah.
like seeing the recrowning. Like, oh my gosh, the transition that they did was just beautiful. I was like, oh, this is great.
I'm sure finally seeing it animated since you're a manga reader is like so
It's the best
satisfying.
thing ever.
It's
Yeah.
like the most satisfying feeling.
For sure. It's like the production IG is just like working magic on Haikyuu and giving it like the best adaptation ever. And I couldn't ask for more, man. But other than that, thanks Mia once again for joining me this week
You're
to talk
welcome.
about Haikyuu.
You're welcome. I do love talking about Haikyuu.
Hello.
Especially since I don't know what's gonna happen next. So like I think it's pretty cool to like give my thoughts.
Yeah, you guys, if you guys want to check out Mia, I will put links down below. We also talk about Chihaya Furu every other week.
Yay.
It's either on her channel or my channel. This week's episode is gonna go on her channel. So if you guys are interested in that, there you go. Links will be in the description down below. And yeah, so that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.